Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we've got another very special custom. I say another because this is technically the second of multiple cars that I have been trying to acquire. This is a custom Lightning McQueen with the paint scheme of Robby Gordon's Jim Beam machine. Not a couple months ago, back in I believe February, I reviewed this guy. A custom Daryl Waltrip Pepsi Challenger, and these are both from the same seller, same guy who makes them. I will absolutely buy any Nascar X Cars custom because, as I mentioned, I went into a whole story back in the video on that Pepsi Challenger car, so please go check that out. I went a whole story about how cool and important to me these are. So whenever one pops up, absolutely have to get it. This was an Easter gift actually, but technically I provided the link. So yeah, this is of Robby Gordon's Jim Beam car. I couldn't find any actual pictures of the car this is based off of. He ran a bunch of Jim Beam cars, but I couldn't quite find this exact one with the exact color and design. Oh well. Let's just start off with the two gripes I have, and then we can move on to all the stuff I love about this car. One is the eyes. Of course, you notice that they're just plain red. They were not painted to match the rest of the car, so that's a little bit annoying. And two, the mouth. The paint on the mouth is just terrible. Not sure what happened there, but the rest of it is just incredibly well done. If you compare the mouths, like, geez, what happened? How does that even happen? Let's get into the car itself. So, of course, Robby Gordon transitioned to being an owner driver in the 2000s, and he drove the number 7. Jim Beam was one of his sponsors. This particular car is like in a golden, I don't know what, it's almost like a sand pattern, but instead of like the sand being like tan or whatever, it's like gold. That looks really, really cool. It's throughout the entire car, even on the back, both sides. He's got like a flame design that starts on the front, goes kind of up the hood, goes across the wheel, and all the way to the back. Midway through the door, it transitions from a black flame to a white flame. And you can also see where the black flame ends and the white begins, and you can see where the white one ends back there. There's the big old Jim Beam logos on both the front, on both the sides, rather. The hood, or Jim Beam, rather, not Jim Beam. I'm not sure what I've been saying the whole time. Jim Beam on both sides. Those decals, once again, really well done, similar to the Pepsi Challenger. Got Menards on both of those rails, the roof rails. I'm not sure exactly what post that is. Is it the C post? I might be stupid. You can ever so slightly see a Jim Beam logo underneath that spoiler there. And on the spoiler, you can actually kind of see the remnants of the World Grand Prix logo that would usually be on this WGP McQueen. You can ever so slightly see the outline of it. Wheels just kind of remain the same if you compare the two. Of course, I do think this is made using a Thailand WGP McQueen, so you can see a couple very tiny differences in like the expression or the wheels or whatever. The spoiler itself is just plain black. There is no decals up there. On the back, you have the taillights with the number 7 in it. You have a thing that says drink smart because I believe Jim Beam may have actually been in alcohol. I feel like they were either coffee or alcohol. I can't remember. You also have the Charger logo. Robby Gordon ran Dodges for a good chunk of his owner-driver tenure. You can also see that on the front, you have Dodge and Charger. Kind of sandwiching that terrible mouth. You have all the contingency sponsors. You have like the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and all the normal contingency sponsors that would normally be on a NASCAR car at this time. Those are on both sides. That's also something that was on the Pepsi Challenger car. So that's a nice little carryover. Just glad those are on both. There's the base. You can see where the holes are kind of driven in. And I think I've covered pretty much every centimeter of this car. I mean, a centimeter on this diecast is not that much. Be 1 centimeter would be like maybe a fourth of this car. These 155 cars aren't too terribly big. I think that's it. I mean, you got the roof number. Here is an actual Robby Gordon diecast. I don't have any of the Jim Beam cars. I do have this pink Speed Energy car that he ran way later in his career. I mean, not way later. It was in the early 2010s, I believe. See, same number and the same fonts. Of course, same driver technically. You don't have Robby Gordon's name on the roof rail or whatever, and that is also the same as the Pepsi Challenger car. And yeah, as I said, absolutely love these NASCAR Cars Customs. They mentioned they're all from the same seller, so I just kind of check that page every few days to see if a new one's gone up, because I'll almost certainly buy it if one comes up. As I mentioned, so cool, so unique, so like historic. I did go into like the lore of these cars in that Pepsi Challenger video. Yeah, that is it for today's video on the custom Robby Gordon Jim Beam Lightning McQueen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.